Like, even if I did this, oh no. Hello everybody. Today's going to be a really short podcast because I actually already filmed this. I have no idea where my SD card is that I filmed this on, so I'm just giving up and I'm filming on my phone. I even had like a little mic that I was going to use. That doesn't work. I don't know what's going on, but I have a limited amount of time, but I really want to get this out. I just want to give you some updates on what's going on. So, yarn-wise, I'm going to start this off with a question for everybody. How do you all afford like nice indie dyed yarn? Because here's my dilemma. Indie dyed yarn is so pretty. Like, I saw this yarn here. I can't remember what it's called. It's from the Wandering Flock, I believe. It's on TikTok. But I saw them do a sneak peek of yarn that they just dyed. And I'm not saying that it's not worth the money, but you know, it's really, really pretty. I think it's a worsted weight. I can't remember what it's made out of, but I can put it here if you're really interested. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to make something out of it. It's just so pretty. Like, more than anything I think I've ever seen. I was like, I need to have this. So I'm like stalking their website. However, it is $30 per hank, which, mind you, is pretty like normal. I had bought 2 hanks of like indie dyed yarn before, which, you know, that's like $60. And I really would like to make like a sweater or even like, I don't know, a tank top. But I think it had like, I'm going to say 210 yards. I'll put it up here. Even double that is only like 400 and some yards. And when you look at the patterns for a lot of things, that just doesn't make almost anything. Like, unless you want to do a hat or like a scarf, but I don't want to like make a $60 hat, if that makes sense. I would rather not spend that much money. Now, if it's going to be like a nice sweater or I don't know, even like a t-shirt or something, like, yeah, sure, I can imagine. But if you want to make a sweater for something, you have to be spending like almost $150 to $200. And is that normal? Like, maybe I'm just like out of touch, but is that a normal thing like for knitters to do, to spend that much money to make a sweater? If you want indie dyed yarn. I don't know. I was just a little bit like disappointed. So then I was like looking for patterns that I could just use like 1 or 2 of the hanks like as part of like a sweater or part of a cardigan. And I think I found a few ideas, and then that I'll use for like part of a cardigan or part of a sweater. And then I'll just have like some left, and maybe I'll just like make a hat out of it, even though I don't want to. But like, if I could take, okay, so I have like my Dottie cardigan here. If I could have had that yarn making this cardigan, but that would be so expensive. Knitting can be very expensive, but that's not what we're doing. So now that I've talked about my Dottie cardigan, let's update you. So far I have this is the back panel. Now, mind you, I'm making some modifications, mostly because I'm impatient. So this is the back panel. I mean, it's just a ginormous rectangle. Look how cool that pattern is. Pretty cool. So anyways, that is the back. And so now I'm working on one of the front panels, which it's legit just the same thing. Here we go. This is one side of the front panel. I think it's actually going to be like really ginormous compared to what I thought it was. I guess maybe I read the pattern wrong, and like the positive ease is going to be huge, because I swear, let's see if I can like show you. Okay, I'm gonna just like, well, I'm in the car, so I can't really like stand up and show you, but okay. So this is how far it comes to the front, and like, look how I've got to be making something wrong. There's no way. I've got, I mean, look at this. I'd have to put this in half. Okay, now that I'm like looking at this, I'm wondering if I did something wrong. Because there is no way. Like, even if I did this. Oh no, I'm having a crisis moment. Okay, now I'm stuck in yarn. Okay. Well, okay. Maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and reread the pattern, and I might have to take all of this out because something is not right. This is too, like the panel should be like half of this. I thought that looked kind of big. Did I like, am I adding? There's no way. I can't be adding. Although it does look big. I don't know. Okay, now I'm really confused. Okay, I will update you next time. Watch my TikTok because I'm going to go back and look after work and try to figure out what's going on because something is not right here. So that's the update on the Daddy cardigan. Something's not right. I don't know what's going on. We'll figure it out. And then the other thing I've been working on is the teacher blanket. It's legit just, hold on. Okay, there's somebody like mowing the lawn here. Legit, it's just a big, long, like I've gotten this far. So I've gotten this many rows. I don't know what that is. It is long. It's literally just half double crochets over and over and over and over and over again. So it's probably going to take literally until the last day of school to get that done, but we'll work on it. It's kind of like a side project that I'm just doing like here and there when I just need to do something really monotonous. If I just keep doing it over, then it is really monotonous, then I just don't really want to do it. So we just do it in little spurts. But those are the two main things. Now, like I was saying, there's a few other things I want to work on. I really want to make a steering wheel cover. I don't have the one that I had on my steering wheel with me right now, but I think what I'm going to do is do like rainbow granny squares because I still have some cakes of different colored yarns, and then I might just borrow some of the white yarn from the blanket that I just showed you because I can always buy more. I think that's what I want to do. So I might start working on that, and then if and when I get the yarn that I really want from the Wandering Flock, like I showed you, this really pretty yarn, I want to start on that project. And I mean, I have like 20,000 things I really want to work on, but how do you guys like, is there anyone here that's a monogamous, I'm just like watching my time. Is there anyone here that's a monogamous knitter that literally only does one project at a time? I don't know how you would do that, because like, especially if it's a project like, I don't know, like this cardigan, it's pretty monotonous after a while. It's almost like doing stockinette, pretty much to me, it's almost like doing stockinette. So like, does that not bore you? I don't know. But also I don't want to do too many at the same time because then you just kind of never end up finishing your projects. I don't know. So that's that. And also, I put this on my TikTok, but I'll put it out here on YouTube as well. Do you guys get yarn subscriptions? So I get Yarnable from Hypnotic Yarn. And the issue that I'm having is that I'll get like, you know, one hank, and I get DK, which I guess this could happen even with fingering weight as well. What do you do with it? Because it's not a lot. So pretty much I think the only thing you can make is like maybe a hat, or I guess use it with something else. But a lot of times they're variegated yarn, so they're not as easy to kind of like blend with something else. And I'm wondering if the yarn subscription is just not a good idea for me, because so you spend about almost $40 a month. And I feel like if I took that $40 a month and then just like every 2 months use that money and it was $80, I could get like some nice maybe indie dyed yarn instead. And I could get like one set, or even every 3 months. And then I could afford to get like a really nice set of indie dyed yarn and use that for, let's say, like a sweater or, you know, a cardigan or whatever, like clothing pieces. And then Like that would be kind of like my one every couple months nice project, like nice indie dye project. And then I could use cheaper yarn for other stuff that I'd be doing other things, you know, like blankets and hats and other things. But I don't know, like, what do you guys use your yarn for in your yarn subscriptions? Because to me, it almost doesn't seem worth it because of the amount of yarn that you get. And again, I'm not complaining for the amount and the price or whatever. I just am a little bit confused. And sometimes you can buy more yarn on their website, but at least with the Yarnable subscription, I find it hard because I got one from last month that I really liked and I really wanted to buy more of it. And I still don't see any available on their website, like any extras. So if you literally can only get one, and I know for them, they just put out a thing like, oh, you can sneak peek for the rest of the year and then pre-order more yarn, but it's kind of like takes the joy away of seeing what the yarn is every month. Like if you already know, like I find the fun of like getting the yarn subscription is every month you find something new and it's a surprise. And I don't know, I just found like the sneak peek thing like not helpful. I understand why they're doing it, but I didn't really want to do that. So I don't know. What do you guys do? Please let me know. Yeah, other than that, that is what I've been working on. Like I said, now I'm having a crisis that I did something very wrong with this Dottie cardigan, and I've been working on it for so long that I'm like, oh my God, if I have to rip it out and start all over, I will literally sob. Okay, we'll figure this out. Subscribe to my TikTok below because I will talk about my problem and update you on there much quicker than I will on YouTube. I'm having a panic now. I have 5 minutes until I have to go to work. All right, I'm gonna go look up the pattern really quick and see if I totally effed up. Remember to subscribe, hit the bell, because I will be putting out more podcasts and just talking about some other fun knitting, yarn. I have some more crochet stuff that I'm going to be working on, so like that as well. And yeah, keep on looking out for some new videos coming up. Thanks so much. See you in the next one. Bye.